Hey guys, Scotty Wrenches here doing another quick video. This is on the 2006, strike that 2007 Honda Accord Coupe that I have. And this is going to be a drive axle replacement. And here is the reason why. If we look right there, you're going to see a stream of oil going right up the side of the engine, back side of the engine there. Or backside of the trans housing, sorry about that. And that is because this axle has a split inner CV boot. So it's just time to put in the new axle. So stick around, here we go. Okay, so the usual suspects are here. We've got the car jacked up. We've got wheel and tire assembly underneath of that rocker. And we've got our jack stand in place so that we can be safe working in this area. Things that we're going to need to do: remove pinch bolts on the top of the damper. I've already got it loosened up here, already broke that loose. We need to remove the lower bolt on that same damper fork. So that's a 17 mil. We're going to break that one loose. And then we need to take off that castle nut, which is on the bottom of the ball joint. You can see I've already broken that one loose. That one required removing the cotter pin as well. I'm going to show you how to break that ball joint without having to pry on it. Axle nut needs to come out, and then out can come the shaft. So let me get going here. Okay, so I've already removed the pinch bolt at the top. Lower bolt down here is out. You can see that. Now that actually means that this strut is now free and loose to move. And believe it or not, they often say to remove that pinch damper, but the problem is that you actually run out of room. So I'm just going to leave it hung up the way that it is. Gotta break this bolt here. That's a 36 on this one. I tend to use the big gun on that one. So just knock it loose. So that'll take that 36 millimeter off of there. We can get that out of there. Again, I've already got the lower castle off from the ball joint. And the thing that we're going to do right now is take an engineer's hammer. This is a 2-pound hammer. We're going to strike right there so that we can shock that ball joint loose and up. Now, you'll notice that I do have the wheel turned all the way to the left. That just gives me better striking direction there. Okay, so after striking from the front a handful of times, I just swung the wheel back the other way and then struck right here a handful of times. A little bit of a down blow, and that guy's loose enough to come out now. So we'll lift that out, and then we should be able to remove the axle. Okay, so I have just given the whole hub assembly a little lift. You can see that now ball joint is free from that assembly. So I just have it sitting out in front. And now the whole hub assembly is actually free. I was able to literally just push through the center to slide that shaft out. And then we can just walk this assembly out and away. And I'm just going to kind of flip it around that tie rod end, just like that, to get it a little bit out of my way. Then I need to go in and just give a little pry on that inside CV cup. Should be able to take this axle right out. Alright guys, so I've had to reorient it just a little bit here, and what I've had to do is take a pry bar, go up between the housing of the transmission and that CV joint housing, give a sharp strike to it, just kind of break that circlip loose, and you can hear that axle just fall out. Here's what I was talking about with that damper fork. If the axle's actually in place, that outer boot will tie up with that damper fork. So you're actually better off to pop the axle out just as it is there, leave it resting across the lower control arm, and then wiggle this guy down. You can take it out of the place. Now we can just lift that axle up and out of place here by just swinging the hub, and we're out there. Now, this is why we are replacing this axle. You can see right here, we've got a boot split that is just spewing that oil out, which means this inner one's going to dry out real quickly. And if we look kind of closely at this one as well, we can see that it's also getting split. So it's just time. You can tell this is kind of an old axle. Look at the rust and wear on it. And again, just look at how floppy those joints are. So now, by comparison, we've got a new one here. And we're going to see this one's not a reman. This one's actually a brand new piece here. So that's our inner side. And then give me just a second and I'll slide this out. And then we go to our outer side here. Comes with a brand new axle nut. We're just going to line them up next to one another to be sure that we've got one that looks like it is correct length. Similar build. Should be good to go. So now it's just build it back up in the reverse that we took it apart. Now, a couple little items that I'm going to do while I am here, and that is that we are going to actually use a little bit of anti-seize on pretty much every part that we just took off, because when we come back here in another decade or two, we're going to want this to be easy work. So we're going to do a little bit of oil or anti-seize on that inside spline there, a little bit here on this spline, as well as those threads, so that that nut will come off easily. And every bolt, as you can see, like that's the bottom of the pinch damper. I'm actually going to put a little anti-seize into that sleeve, and then especially on that pinch bolt, because those are prone to actually lock into that damper fork. And then you're in trouble, because you'll literally pop the head right off of the body, and then you have to basically just go get a new damper fork. But it's kind of a pain in the butt, since you got to drill that thing out even to get the damper off. It's like even to get it off of the actual shock itself, because the shock has a little detent right back here that shaft of that screw slides into, and that's what kind of locks it all together. So my suggestion is definitely use a little anti-seize as you rebuild, and then you won't have to be fighting with this stuff later. All right, so again, the one little trick is make sure that you don't put your axle all the way in until you get your damper fork back up. And you can see I've got a little bit of anti-seize squeezing out there, because I want that thing to be not seized. So and then we'll go through the bolts. But now I'm just going to go back here. I'm going to seat that in with a good strike into it. Basically, you just need to get it to lock in through that circlip, then out to the outside, back through the hub, start building things back up. So we've got the pinch bolt in up at the top, got that lower bolt back in, torqued down. I still actually have to clean up a little bit of the threads on that ball joint. For whatever reason they're buggered, and then that'll go on. Last bolt to go on is our axle nut. So we're going to put that on by hand, snug it all the way in. You can see that it draws the axle out through it until it seats it. So you can see how that axle thread has come through. Now I'm actually getting to a point where it's getting too tight for my hand, so I will use my 36 on the torque wrench. We'll wind it up, and then we're going to knock that little detent into place just to lock it in. That's just a safety detent. So, but that's pretty much all there is to changing out an axle on this 07 Honda Accord. So I hope this helped you. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, hit like or subscribe, send me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. This is Scotty Wrenches signing off.